Morning, Colin.
Morning, mate. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Man. Welcome on a Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Ah, see, now I know the name, now I know the face as well. I remember now.
Yeah. Okay.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, Briar.
Morning, Brian.
Morning.
Howdy.
Good day.
Good day, possums.
Good morning, Mikkel. And welcome. Okay, so let's get this ball rolling. Can you just please tell me your name and tell us where you're from? We have some new people on here today.
My name's Andrew, and I live in Germany.
Germany. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realise that. Fantastic. Welcome, Andrew.
Whereabouts in Germany, Andrew?
Krefeld.
Krefeld.
Yeah.
Adrian from Edinburgh.
Good morning, Adrian. Welcome.
Thank you.
And where are you from, Robert? Good morning, Robert, from Belgium. Thank you.
Duncan from North Wales.
Good morning, Duncan, from North Wales. That's just past the UK. Small part on the left, never each really on the west. Yeah, that's it.
Darrell here from Stafford.
Good morning, Daryl from Stafford in the UK. Oh, where's Mikhail gone? I'll start in about 60 seconds. See if we get anybody else come on, jump on the call. Send out those last minute text messages. Okay. Oh no, I'm still eager. Still only 11 o'clock. We'll still give it another minute in case anybody else just jumps on. What's the date today? 28th. So I've been involved. I started on the 25th of October. Whew. Okay, I think I'll start now. I'm going to make sure everybody's on. In fact, if you just make sure you're on mute as well, Andrew, then everybody's all muted. And that's all good. Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Colin Simmons. I'm from Birmingham in the United Kingdom. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all to a short presentation that I'm going to do today about a new opportunity that I saw on the 25th of October. And today's date is the 28th of November. So it's just over a month. And I have to say, this has been an incredible month, a real eye-opener. So hopefully what I share with you today, you'll see, is something that's very, very new. It's a complete new industry that is taking the globe by storm. I'm talking today about an industry called crowdfunding. Now, this is an industry that's really come around. It has exploded because of the use of social media, because of the use of the internet. It's come around because other ways of generating a second income, such as multi-level marketing, are proving in reality very, very difficult for the majority of people. And myself, I've been around multi-level marketing for the last 30 years. I've been involved in many different companies, from skincare, and this time of year was great for perfume and aftershave. I've been involved in telecoms, broadband deals. Cryptocurrency was my most recent ventures for the last 18 months. And in most of these companies, I had success, but I also had failures. Now, the difficulty with most of those companies is you must have the ability to be able to build large teams of people, or it doesn't really work. The average person in any multi-level marketing company will only ever introduce 2 people. That's the average. So if you have a system where if you can introduce 2 people, you can have success, then you're onto a winner. Crowdfunding, in my opinion, is the evolution of multi-level marketing. It's like the next level. And I say that because the results that I've seen over the 30 years I've been involved in multi-level marketing is always the 80-20 rule. And that is that 80% of the income that you receive every month comes from 20% of your team. The problem with that is that means to me is that 80% of your team are actually not making any money. So it's better than the 9 to 5, but there needs to be a better way. And what I've seen in the last month has really opened my eyes. Crowdfunding, especially with the company I'm going to talk about today, is proving to be an absolute pleasure. There are lots and lots of stories across the globe of people already experiencing lots of success. We know the facts already, and we're only less than 2 months old, that 75 to 80% of people that are involved with this crowdfunding company I'm talking about today have received donations, or at least one donation. And that can come from anywhere across the globe. So that straight away puts somebody on a very, very strong position. So if you're looking at this for the first time, I hope you've seen the 8-minute video. If you haven't, then get back to the person that's invited you, ask them for a copy of their website, because the 8-minute video is on their website. What I'll do now, if it's okay, I'll share my screen and I'll just go through some of the bullet points from that video. So bear with me 1 second. If somebody would be good enough to tell me you can see my screen as well, that would be great. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me get that out of the way. Hope we don't have any technical issues. Okay, here we go. So this morning, I'll welcome everybody to a company called 50/50 Crowdfunding. Now, crowdfunding, it is a phenomenal new industry. 50/50 Crowdfunding is the world's first crowdfunding system that allows you to receive half of everything that happens in your donation center. It's based on the world-famous Mobius Loop and System G technology, which is the most successful 2x2 follow-me donation center in history. Now, a 2x2 follow-me donation center is nothing new. Mainly, you'll see them as a 2x2 matrix. So it's 2 people who get 2 people. That is in this situation, a completed donation center. So now it becomes very achievable for many people. Only being a 2x2, it means that within the system, you're likely to get help from above and you're likely to get help from below. And all of this can happen within seconds if you're registering. It can take longer, but it could happen within seconds. 50/50 Crowdfunding is a peer-to-peer team crowdfunding system. Now, as I said in the beginning, my background is in multi-level marketing. So I'm used to giving my money to a company. They will then do what they're going to do with it, trade it, mine it, whatever they're going to do. They're going to give me back my money plus profit. That was always the deal, especially the last few years. But in reality, it didn't always work. In fact, in reality, most of those companies have actually disappeared for one reason or another. It could be down to bad management. It could be down to the environment at the time. The industry's changed. Or it could be that companies just ran off with the money. I decided just before I joined this company that I will never give my hard-earned money to a company again. I need to have more control over how my money's spent. The beauty of what I like about 50/50 crowdfunding, being peer-to-peer, in layman's terms means person-to-person, means that every donation I send goes 100% to the person I'm sending it to. Every donation I receive from across the globe, 100% of it comes back to me. Nothing goes to the middleman. Nothing goes to this company, 50/50 crowdfunding, which to me I thought was absolutely fantastic. So the question is, information, I can see exactly who I need to donate to. I can see exactly who's going to donate to me. Now the company will charge us $29 every 6 months for the license to use their website. $29 every 6 months is roughly $5 a month. Now, for me, if this company was to fall down tomorrow, like so many other companies have let me down in the past, where they've run off with my money, I know in this situation they'd only go with $29. That sits good with me. So, coming from a multi-level marketing background, it was important for me that the system that this company is using is simple. It has to be simple to be duplicatable. So what happens here? Step number one, there are only 3 steps, but step number one is you register for $29, which will last you for 6 months, and you become an active donor. An active donor is somebody that donates the minimum, which is $250, between 2 people that they are told to donate to within the system. That $250 will be split $125 to each person. Once you've done that, you are what we call an active donor. Step 2, your aim is to find 2 people that would also like to become active donors. So they would join, they would spend $29, they will donate, same as you have, and they are active donors. Third and final step is help those 2 get 2 people each, like so. And that, folks, is a completed donation center. It's made up of 6 donations, and you are at the top of your donation center. The great thing about this donation center is that you would earn, as it's your donation center, 50% of everything that happens within that donation center. Within 50/50 crowdfunding, there are 5 different levels of donation center. $250 donation is the lowest one. You have a $500, a $1,000, a $2,000, a $4,000. And when I first saw this, I thought, oh dear, now I need to find $500. I need to find $1,000. It was quickly pointed out to me, no, you don't. It's possible you can start, if you wanted to, on the lowest level, which is at $250. You would donate $125 to 2 people. And from the donations you receive, you could move up to the 500 level, then you can move up to the 1,000 level. So I'll just demonstrate that for you now. So level 1, as I just said, you would join for $29. You would then donate $125 to 2 people on level 1, total of $250. You are then eligible to receive 6 donations of $125, totaling $750. Now, with that $750, you can go, thank you very much. I've raised enough of what I wanted to raise, and I'll leave it at that and walk away. Or you might think, well, that was great. I'd like to do that again. So out of your $750, you would donate $250 again to 2 people within the system. The system will tell you who to donate to. And then you're then eligible to receive another 6 donations of $125 on that level. Now, if you do donate the $250 back into level 1, you're still left with $500. Now, the smart thing to do with that, oh, by the way, these donations are paid directly to you. It doesn't go through the company. So you can receive it straight to your bank account. It can go to your PayPal wallet. It could go to your Bitcoin wallet, or any form that you choose. In America, I know they have Walmart to Walmart. Across the world, we have Western Union or MoneyGram. There's lots of different options that people can use to receive donations. So as I say, when you've donated $250, when you've completed your first level of 6 donations on level 1, you're left with $500. The smart thing to do with that is to use that $500 to get yourself onto level 2. So that $500 will be received. You're eligible to receive 6 donations of $250, totaling $1,500. Now, again, you can do the exact same thing again on level 2. You might go, great, level 2, I've received $1,500. I'll put $500 straight back in again, so I can do level 2 again. You receive another 6 donations of $250. That's another $1,500 coming to you again. But there you've still got $1,000 left. The smart thing to do with that is to go into level 3. Same thing again, you split that into 2 donations of $500 to 2 different people. You're then eligible to receive 6 donations of $500, which is $3,000. This happens on level 4, and it also happens on level 5, which is the highest level. At the highest level, the donations is $4,000. So you'd send $2,000 to one person, $2,000 to another person. Now just imagine receiving a donation of $2,000. Would that make a difference in your life? I think it would. And once you've done that, you are then eligible to receive 6 donations of $2,000, which is a total of $12,000. These donations can be done over and over and over again. Somebody could be in level 1 alone, or they could be in level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5 all at the same time. The only difference is if you're on level 1, you're only going to receive 6 donations. If you're on all the levels, you're going to receive 30 donations. What I've got here now is just a quick animation showing you how the money flows to give you a better understanding. So there you are at the top of your donation center. You've already donated $250 to 2 people within the system. Your first person that you shared this with that goes, yes, I want to become an active donor, they've registered for $29. They are now about to send their first donation, which is 125. That would go to you at the top of your donation center. And the other donation, 125, would go to somebody above you. That number 1 is now an active donor. Number 2 would do the same thing. He would send you 125 as a donation, and 125 would go above you. Now, looking at you alone there, you've just received 2 donations of 125. You just received $250 straight to your PayPal account, straight to your Bitcoin wallet, or straight to your bank account. You donated $250 in the first place, and you just received it back. So you're now square, and that alone is a fantastic situation to be in. Number 1, I wanted to do the same thing. So his first person is number 3. So number 3 will donate 125 to number 1, and 125 will float up to you. Same with number 5. 125 would go to number 2, and 125 would go up to you. 5, he's received or she's received $250. They're going to be happy too. Number 1 will receive his second donation of 125, and 125 would float up to you. Now you can see you're at the top of your donation center. You've received 6 donations now of 125, totaling $750. That is what we call a completed donation center. Now again, you are more than able to do that again. So you would use $250 of that to go back into the system again. Now the beautiful thing about this system is the Morbius loop. Now what will happen to you at the top of your donation center is that this donation center is completed. You will then move from where you are back into the pool of people across the globe. You'd follow your sponsor. You'd end up underneath somebody else that you may not even know, and they may have only just started. So you end up underneath that person, and then you start to build your donation center again underneath that person. The beautiful thing about that is now you're supporting that person who's just above you that you might not even know. So what's nice about this is not one of those 2x2 matrices where the people at the top make all the money. Hopefully from what I've just explained, you can see that once you've completed your small 2x2 donation center, you'll start another donation center underneath somebody else within the system. This is the beauty of the Morbius loop, the software that we have behind this system. Now, what I've just shown you here with the flow of money works exactly the same on every single level. So if you're on level 2, the $500 level, these donations would be $250 each one. If you're on the level 3, which is the $1,000 level, these donations would be $500. It starts to get very interesting when you're on the 1,000 level. The 2,000 level, that would be $1,000 donations. And these can happen over and over and over again. It's a very simple plan. In fact, that is actually the end. That is actually the end of the presentation. Hang on. Yeah, so I'm going to stop sharing now, hopefully. Right, so that was the presentation. It's very, very simple, very clean, very easy to do, but hopefully very easy to understand. What I like to do now, this is a Wednesday morning, so it's a questions and answer situation. If anybody has any questions that they have regarding what I've just shared with you today, please unmute your mic and please ask away, and I'll do my best to answer it. I do know I've got my sponsor on the call today as well, so I'm sure, you know, if he wants to add anything, he will as well. So, yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Anybody got any questions? If you don't want to talk, that's okay. By all means, just put it in the chat. I'll get to read it, and I'll just read that out anyway as well. So let's see. Anything in there? Nothing in there. Okay, so start you off. Again, I'm talking to people every day about this, so I'll get the same kind of questions come up every single day. The first question always comes up is, well, is this legal? Am I allowed to do this across the globe? Well, the answer to that question is 100% yes, it is legal. What we're doing here is called peer-to-peer crowdfunding. There are, first of all, many different types of crowdfunding. If it's crowdfunding for an investment, for a new project, a business, then that's completely different. That has to go through an association. Peer-to-peer is totally legal across the globe. I'm allowed to send anybody across the globe a donation if I choose to, for any cause. It could be a personal cause. To give you an idea how accepted this is, if you look at PayPal have a crowdfunding section. If you look at Kickstarter, that's a well-known crowdfunding company. If you look at GoFundMe, that's another well-known crowdfunding platform. In fact, I have a colleague, a friend of mine, that does martial arts. He is qualified, or is qualifying, to go to Japan in 2020 for the Olympics. So, but he can't afford to get there. He has to train extra for it now. So he set up a crowdfunding page so people across the globe can read his story and they can donate to him to help him have the funds to get over to Japan in 2020. People around the globe are able to actually donate directly to him. And that's great. What we have here with 50/50 is I know that every donation I send, I'm going to send it to 2 people. It doesn't just go to one person like in GoFundMe. I'll send a donation to 2 people. And by doing that, I'm then active. I then am able to receive donations from across the globe. Well, 6 donations on that level. So that's the first question I get all the time. Another question I get all the time is, you've said that I have to refer 2 people. Do I have to refer 2 people? Well, and I look at it this way. If you have a gift, if you have a situation where you know you can help somebody, in these days, you'll find a lot of people, if they have a 9-to-5 job, they may have 2 jobs. If they've got 2 jobs, you know they're out and about all the time, and this is a way that they can maybe get rid of one of those jobs. Would an extra $500 a month help somebody out? Would an extra $500 a day help somebody out? I've already witnessed in my own team of people, many people are already earning 5 figures. Well, when I say earning, they have received donations of 5 figures. And we have only been involved in this less than 2 months. My upline, again, as someone else I know that has received an incredible amount of donations already. And it's purely down to the system. It's purely down to the idea of people helping people across the globe. This idea, by the way, is nothing new. Crowdfunding has been around for generations. It's how communities used to build houses in the early days, before banks came along with mortgages. People would pool their money together, they'd build something, they'd pool the money together, they'd build something else. It'd be for someone else's reason. All we're doing today is we have the technology to do it faster via social media, via the internet. And this is why it's taken off in such a big way, especially when you look at the alternatives as to how you're looking to raise money. You know, you need a lot of money usually to invest. If you're doing an investment, you need a lot of money to do that. Here, you can start small and just work your way up the whole plan. So it's very, very simple. I can see that Maylin has a hand up.
Colin.
Hi, mate.
Elizabeth has just asked, it's a good question. When you get to the next level, for example, the 500 level, do you have to get 2 people again?
Great question. Great question. Now, this is how this works. On every level that you are on, For you to continue to receive donations on that level after one completed donation from all 6, you need to have referred 2 people. Move up to the 500 level. They're busy doing their own thing. They'll follow you through to the 500 level. You've now got 2 people at the $500 level. It happens to be the same 2 people that are at 250. So in reality, 2 people could follow you all the way through to the very top. Hope that makes sense. But obviously, what I personally would do, I never rely on 2 people. I bring in people as I can, because I do see these. Any other question?
Colin, what do you say to people that say they can't market because they've been scammed?
Oh, again, it's been a very difficult market when people have been scammed. We've all been hurt by many companies, and which is what I said in the very beginning. I'm owed quite a bit of money myself from companies that have either mismanaged the company, because I'm not in control, I don't own the company, or they've basically stopped trading and just disappeared with my money. The beautiful thing about this company here is that 50/50 only receive $29 from each one of us for a license. The license is to use their website, and that's every 6 months. So if 50/50 disappeared tomorrow, they're going to disappear with $29 of my money. I've sent a donation directly to somebody, that's fine. I will receive donations within the system. So we're in a much stronger position. So anybody that you know that is definitely hurting from a previous business, they need to see what's happening with crowdfunding, especially with 50/50, because this is totally legal across the board. 50/50 do not touch any of the donations. There's no need to withdraw, because the money goes straight to your bank account, your PayPal account, your Bitcoin wallet. It's absolutely, when you're in it and you're working it, you see it, it's absolutely fantastic. The idea of how the Morbius loop works is fantastic as well. Your people will follow you through the system all the way from the beginning right to the very top. Every single time they cycle, and a cycle is when you've completed 6 donations within your donation center, you'll start again. That's what we call a cycle. Every time that happens, your people you've introduced will donate again. And one of the people they donate to will be you as their sponsor.
Colin, sorry, mate.
Yeah, go on.
I was just thinking about that question, and it comes up a lot. And if you think about it, probably every person you've introduced, every person I've introduced, we've all been hurt in the past. It's actually in your mind that the fact that people say, oh, well, I've lost credibility because I introduced people to a business that didn't succeed. If you think about it, how many people have had a job and they've been made redundant, or they lost a job for whatever reason? Does that mean to say you never do another job ever again?
Exactly. Correct. It's definitely the way that you look at it, is what you just said.
Yeah.
Like you, I've been hurt by many a company, but it does not stop me looking, because I know what my goal is. The goal is to create that passive income. The idea of working 9 to 5 just isn't going to happen. We have to create, and things evolve. Things don't stay the same. To me, MLM it's evolved now. Crowdfunding is the place to be. And 50/50 have got this nailed. I haven't even mentioned the CEO. The CEO is a guy called David T. Rosen. This guy has years and years experience of crowdfunding. In fact, one of his earlier projects started in 2002. That is still trading today, 16 years later, still going today. That's going longer than Facebook has been around. He actually started that company in 2002. He now has 670,000 members in his original plan, in that original crowdfunding project that he did. He has actually seen donations of nearly $1 billion that took place from person to person within that company. He started this one on October the 4th. He started this one because this is more enhanced. We have bigger donations. It's just going 10 times faster. Already, in less than 2 months, I know there's over 6,000 people across the globe already taking advantage of 50/50 crowdfunding. So everybody that's looking at this video today, you are most definitely in the right place. If you're just getting started, just getting your head around how it all works, keep on reading, keep on learning, keep on sharing. There's only a few things we need to do here. One is you need to, when you register for $29, you then need to donate to 2 people. That then gets you active. Once that's happened, you can enter your details into the system. You can then share your website with other people that would like to receive donations from across the globe for whatever their cause might be. You bring in your 2 people that want to receive donations. They put their details in the system. They'll start to receive donations, and it goes on. It just goes on and on and on like that. When that happens, obviously, you will then start to receive even more donations. It's as simple as that. Maylin, you've got your hand up. You want to unmute yourself and ask a question? Go for it. I can see your hand up. We can type it in the box if you don't want to speak.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you, yes. Where are you?
Oh, brilliant. I'm in Ibiza, Spain.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, it is. So I have a question that I can't quite get my head around how this works. Once I've invited 2 people and I got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interested, where do they go under me in the matrices? I can't get my head around that quite because, let's say I fill one up really fast myself. Where do the rest go, and do I have to donate additionally?
That's fine. Now, to give you an example of what happened with me personally, my sponsor was Duncan Wood, who's on the call today. He called me up on a Thursday morning, asked me what I was doing, and I was busy trying to create an income. And he said, "Stop what you're doing. Something has landed on my desk which I need you to see." Words to those effects. I stopped and I had a look. He sent me a video. So I watched the video and I thought, wow, okay. We had a chat and I said, right, Duncan, I like what you've shown me. I need you to share this with 3 or 4 of my friends. So that afternoon, I got 3 or 4 people onto a Zoom call with Duncan. There was about 10 of us all together. Duncan then explained what he explained to me in the morning to all of my people. Every single one of them said, yep, I'm in. So like yourself, when I joined, 3, 4, 5 people joined straight away. Okay. So what happens there is it's only a 2 by 2. So, you're there, you got 2 people, then you got 4 people. So number 1 and number 2 would get filled up by whoever signed up first from my link. Number 3 would go underneath number 1. Number 4 would go underneath number 1 as well, because they're underneath number 1. Number 5 and 6 would go underneath number 2. So it just depends on the speed of which either I share this opportunity with somebody else, or if number 1 and number 2, because obviously they've just joined, they're ready to go. They're going to bring their people as well. If their people come underneath them. Now, if I've filled up a whole donation center with 6 people, which happens really quickly, I will then, and I've got 7th person to come in, I will then start a brand new donation center. I'll be at the top of a brand new one underneath somebody else that maybe only just started. And this is exactly what happened with me and Duncan. So I start a brand new one. My number 7 person I've spoken to that wants to get going, they would be my number 1 on my new donation center. My first lot of people that have just started their own donation centers, as soon as they've completed their 6, they will then follow me into my next donation center underneath this brand new person, and they will start their own donation center again underneath that person. So this is really supporting everybody that's in the way. So those that are active will really benefit, and those that are not active will also really benefit. Does that make sense?
That's the brilliant part about it, Colin, is everybody gets helped by everybody, but you have to, like anything, do a little bit, which is the minimum. But if you can do more, you're actually not just helping yourself, you're helping other people you've introduced, because they're going to drop underneath some of those people and they're going to receive a donation of somebody they've never even met.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said already, whether you bring in 2 people, 200 people, 2,000 people, it makes no difference. As long as you can find 2 people. And it hasn't got to be on day 1, even though that's how I did it, because I didn't know nothing about it really. But I thought what I need to do is get people in front of the information. That's all you have to do. The more people that see the information, the better your results are going to be. If you want to keep this to yourself and not tell anybody, then it's not going to grow. That's for sure. Elizabeth, would you like to speak?
Hi, Colin. Hi, Duncan. Good to be here again.
Good morning or good evening?
Okay. Yeah, it's early morning. It's just after midnight here in New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
So when you said, like the other lady from Spain said, when you've got 7, 8 people. Okay, so when you say you get your 2, and then you will slot your other friends underneath those 2, do they use that person's link?
No.
To come under them?
No. They will sign up from your link because they're your personals all the time, but they will automatically go into the next available spot within your donation center. So if you've already been busy putting number 1 and number 2 in, because they're the first 2 that signed up from your link, the third person signed up from your link would go on number 1 because it goes from left to right.
The matrix fills automatically.
I see.
Elizabeth,
I see.
Elizabeth, that is a key point about one of the questions I asked, because if you could manipulate, in other words, you could position people where you wanted to, you know what's going to happen? People are going to fiddle it. And that cannot happen in this system. It's completely automated. You have no control of where that person you've introduced is going to drop. They will just drop in the empty space that's available left to right.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Fantastic. Well, here we go. 11:35, not too bad. 25, so that caters for the USA and all across the other side of the world as well. So thank you all for joining me this morning. Do your best. It's a fantastic opportunity. Share it with the world, and we'll have a great Christmas. Thank you all. Thanks for now. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Colin.
Bye, thank you.
Thanks, Colin.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Maddie.
Thank you.